Hi, I'm Anna Cohn with the Kernel Connection of Nicholls State University, and I will be talking to y'all today about the Biden administration's three-part plan to help with student debt. So first of all, this Kernel Connection is a group at Nicholls that aims to help the community and of Thibodaux and Nicholls. We help students, teachers, faculty, and the outgoing businesses in Thibodaux. So let's get into it. The three-part plans. The three parts of the plans are extension of the loan repayment pause, the debt relief, and modernizing loan calculations. So the first part was extending the loan repayment pause. So during COVID-19, President Trump started this thing where students did not have to pay back their debt by the allotted time. He allowed a pause on student debt where they didn't have to pay that fee until a later date. President Biden allowed that for 3 more times, and the last one was in December of 2022. This was aimed to help lower and middle class families during a time of financial struggle and when a lot of people lost jobs. So getting into what's going to happen for the future, first let's look at how many people owe debts. So 92% of student debt is actually taking government loans. That means that 92% of debts that students have are not from other sources. It's from government aid, schools, anything that is from the government. So most students seek out government help and take out student loans. Student debt equals $1.6 trillion right now. Biden was able to cut 38 billion of those for about 1.75 million borrowers in 2022. But obviously 38 billion is a little fraction of the 1.6 trillion, so there's still a long way to go. The second part of the plan is the debt relief plan. The first plan of action was an application to the general public that was publicized in October of 2022. This application allows anyone from past, current, or future student to apply by November of 2022, and it allows for them to be looked at and see if they are eligible for debt relief forgiveness. 26 million applied by November, and President Biden and his administration hopes to keep on doing this every period or every few months. But basically, if you apply for this and you get approved, you get your loans forgiven, and it could be up to $20,000. Further into that, he also allowed for Pell Grant recipients to receive up to $20,000 in debt relief. The Pell Grant recipients are governmental given scholarships, and that doesn't mean that all of their college is paid for. They could still have debt, so he allowed for them to get $20,000. And then there's families and individuals that meet income requirements are able to shave off $10,000. Lastly, anyone employed by a nonprofit, the military, federal, state, or local government can get a certain amount of their debt cleared. Thirdly, in the plan are the loan calculations. So people pay 10% of their debt every month. The new plan under the Biden administration means that people will pay only 5%, which is a definite decrease, and it means that they could pay from anywhere from $1,000 from less than they'll pay $1,000 to $10,000 less than they did the year before if it goes down to 5%. The Department of Education is also coming out with an income-driven repayment plan, which right now they calculated that about 8 million people are eligible, but they estimate that it will definitely be more. So, for example, it'll be income based. And for an example, will be like a married couple earning between $125,000 to $255,000 are eligible to apply and get some loans forgiven. So the Biden administration is currently rewriting the income threshold and the income calculations for debt relief and to better lower and middle class American citizens. The last part is holding college accountable. Colleges like to add on a lot of little fees like meal plans and books that aren't included in tuition that students didn't account for before applying and accepting that they will go there. So the Department of Education is working on making that more aware and also regulating and creating new rules for colleges. Resources will be made for students across the country who need help paying, including Nichols. So how this all affects Nichols in our community. Biden's plan means that college could become more affordable for students, which in turn could increase enrollment, which could increase revenue for Nichols. But it could also mean issues for Thibodaux and how we're paying for all of these debt reliefs. There's two different ways that we could pay for it. One would be with taxes. So taxes would in turn increase everything we pay for and then most likely cause inflation, which would just be another mess, and it's not really helping solve the issue, it's making the money go somewhere else. The second one would be the government can actually change what their budget. So right now the government has a budget and every year they're given a different amount. Right now, none of the budget is going towards college debt. If they change it to take out something else and add in college debt, then we as taxpayers wouldn't have to worry about any of our money going towards it. That is it for right now with all of the updates. We will stay tuned and keep everyone on top of what is going on for the future. Thank you.